The history of humankind is a reflection of the current set of humans and the coming generations. The history of humankind is one that has lots of stories about conquest, adaptation, religion, and economics. The growth and spread of the human species have been seen to be one of the most rapid ever seen and documented. Humans have moved from being ordinary and not unique to almost being in total control of the world. Through 3 revolutions, humankind has been able to attain the status that is similar to that of gods. The information contained in this bite-sized review tells the story of how the human species evolved from the very first humans to the present-day ones. So, if you're particular about history, how religion and economy have changed the world, and how science has continually spun the wheel of capitalism, then this is the book for you. Yuval Noah Harari has done justice to the content of his book by crafting his words delicately and backing them up with facts, data, and illustrations. The 3 revolutions that shaped humankind are responsible for the current state of the present-day humans. 3 significant revolutions shaped the history of humankind. They are, 1. The cognitive revolution, which started around 70,000 years ago. 2. The agricultural revolution, which began about 12,000 years ago. 3. The scientific revolution, which started about 500 years ago. History shows that man existed long before their presence was noted or documented. It also shows that during the early years of man, man was not special in any way, he was just another animal. Prehistoric human beings who existed for about 2 million years were seen as being on the same level as other animals, especially mammals. The first evolution of man can be traced back to East Africa at about 2.5 million years ago. This history opined that there's a misconception about the way the human species evolved. While it is generally believed that humans evolved at different times, Yuval Noah, the author, believes that different species of humans actually lived on Earth together in the same time frame. As time progressed, however, these revolutions became a focal point and an ideal force that pushed humans to evolve at a rapid rate. Their thoughts started revolving around creating new lifestyles and formulating ideas to enable them to dabble into a new world. Through these revolutions, humans have been able to rise to the top of the food chain and control almost all other aspects of life. The size of their brains is what makes humans special. It is believed that the human brain is massive for their physique, hence the reason they are so smart and innovative. These innovations have been responsible for the rapid growth of science and technology, as well as anthropology, economics, and sociology. Noah then believes that since humans didn't envisage such rapid growth and rise to the top of the food chain, humans are inadequately prepared to be on top of the food chain. The rapid growth of humans was made possible by conquests, religion, and politics. There are 2 outlined theories that talk about the evolution of Homo sapiens. They are, interbreeding theory, and replacement theory. When the Homo sapiens got to Arabia, it was noted that they encountered other humans. The interaction between both species gave birth to these 2 theories. The interbreeding theory states that the Homo sapiens mated and bred with the other human species called the Neanderthals, which continued the human race. The replacement theory, on the other hand, deduces that the Homo sapiens killed off all the Neanderthals, or watched them die off, and replaced them without breeding with them. The replacement theory then shows that the human race can be traced to one lineage of African Homo sapiens 70,000 years ago. Homo sapiens were able to conquer the world because of their unique language. The level of understanding and coherence in their language made it easy for them to communicate better and plan faster. The cognitive revolution, which occurred around 70,000 years ago, allowed Homo sapiens to communicate at a high level. The creative thoughts and ideas of Homo sapiens allowed them to bond and collaborate faster than other species. Homo sapiens far ahead of other species because they were able to come up with unique languages and form cognitive ideas around myths and stories. This helped them create large groups and be able to build a huge gathering, more than other mammals and species. Educationally, Homo sapiens grew exponentially in comparison to other species. They were able to come up with a way where conceived thoughts and imaginations were turned to facts and data. These conceived ideas became responsible for sociology, economics, and science. It also gave birth to trade and commerce. Through these various developments, Homo sapiens overshadowed the other species and evolved way above them. Regarding human psychology, history has made it known that much of the psychological evolution of man came to the fore during the agricultural revolution. The agricultural revolution, which started around 12,000 years ago, was responsible for the gorging gene. This gene explains why humans consume many high-calorie foods. Noah believes that the consumption of high-calorie foods has been subconsciously wired into human DNA by the Homo sapiens. His explanation was that since there were barely sweet foods during the times of the Homo sapiens, anytime they came across sweet food, they gobble and consume as much as possible. He opined that the current human DNA still believes that they are in the desert, hence the reason they consume so many calories. The lack of in-depth knowledge about the old ways of the foragers is partly responsible for how the present-day humans view religion, culture, and society. Written history is inadequate and inaccurate. It has been passed on from generation to generation, thereby losing information and authenticity bit by bit. This inaccuracy means that what people learn from is not entirely correct, and this would, in turn, affect the present and the future. Since the start of the agricultural revolution, humans have lived many lives across different beliefs, ideas, and cultures. This is not to say that the Homo sapiens were not with their own diverse ways of life or understanding, but that they were not as evolved as humans currently. The current human population knows far more than the Homo sapiens then, even though the Homo sapiens were better skillfully. Information is a continuous process, and stories must always build on previous stories. The rapid growth of the human population started with their expeditions around the world. Starting from America, they made it across places like Canada, Alaska, the US, Central America, Mexico, South America, and the Amazon. They conquered as they traveled, growing and spreading across these geographical places to breed and grow more. Through these expeditions, they were able to discover more foods, thereby giving birth to the agricultural revolution. It should be noted, however, that the emergence of the agricultural revolution came with its own disadvantages and problems. The revolution created a lot of work and little time to rest for the humans who were growing at an alarming rate. They were also hit with worries and fear of nature. Since they were now mainly into agriculture, they started focusing more on the weather, when rain would fall, and how well their crops would grow. Through this discovery, it has been established that humans place their beliefs around what makes their life. These dedications gave birth to a lot of religions, as humans started attaching spiritual meaning to objects that symbolize what's predominant around them. Unknown to these people, however, they were quick to adjust to these changes because they were short of options and didn't know much better. The need for statistics and data made humans consider writing, in numbers and symbols. Writing came in various forms, and it didn't start with the format being used in the present day. The Incas, for example, employed a style of writing known as quipu, where they used colors and strings to represent numbers and symbols. As a result of writing, they were able to keep records, count, and make calculations that helped their brains become sharper. The use of numbers has far outweighed any other language in the world. Numbers are essential and absolutely necessary for the growth of humans, and this is why the knowledge helped them when they discovered it. The life of man is majorly a result of the things he invented. Social class, race, tribe, segregation, and identity are all man-made ideas that shape the lives of humans. Also, the thirst for power and the inherent need to be at the top means that discrimination and segregation will always be prevalent. The powerful people draw their power from the powerlessness of the powerless. The ability of a man to inflict danger on a woman recently became frowned upon. As of the year 2006, more than 50 countries protected men who had forcefully raped their wives from prosecution. Culture and religion have created ideologies that have formed an unbalanced social construct. Christian and Islamic theology, for example, have caused a bridge between nature and biology. Religion negates the concept biology when it comes to human nature. Without scientific data, religion has frowned against natural occurrences and possibilities simply because it is not allowed in their doctrines. As long as something is biologically possible, such a thing is also natural regardless of the opinion of society. This then causes confusion as to how free will can be possible when it contravenes the order of nature and biology. Religious people believe free will comes from a supreme being, with free will being the right for humans to live how they please. If the supreme being then goes on to punish people who don't follow his own teaching and doctrines, isn't the whole purpose of free will then defeated? Science has explained that human behavior is a result of natural laws like hormones and genes, and that religion is not in the position to tweak these natural laws to their own taste. Since the natural laws have not been allowed to manifest fully, it means that a lot of history now is incomplete and inadequate due to restrictions placed on biology by religion. These imbalances have caused misconceptions, but they have also helped humans to engage in critical and analytical thinking. However, the knowledge about these social injustices is gradually pushing humans towards a common goal: unity. Money and credits were created as effective ways to keep capitalism and evolution going. The lifestyle of most present-day humans revolves around trade and money. Money was created as a way of keeping people in check so that they'll have something to chase. The thing about money is that a huge percentage of it doesn't even exist in cash, they are digital money that has been electronically stored. The importance of money cannot be overemphasized because it is essential to the current world. Almost everything involves money, and that's why everyone wants money. Like money, several other things that humans believe are sacrosanct to their existence are things that have been embedded in them from gene to gene. There's a high chance that your current way of life belongs to foreigners who conquered your ancestors. The mixture of old and new cultures, however, have also helped the growth of humans. Through this, new cultural ideologies were formed, and the humans grew and spread more. The diversity of humans has given impetus to move for a more unified environment. The rise of common natural ideas like equality and the need to put an end to racial segregation shows that people are pushing for a unified identity. In the future, the concept of states and countries would most likely be set aside because it breeds more segregation than unity. The need for a unified world gave birth to the spread of religion. Alongside money and the importance attached to empires, religion is a tool for which humans want to bring the world together. This need gave birth to the religious revolution. Religion moved from being just a mode of worship to a way of life for humans. Importance and spirituality became attached to objects and symbols across the world. Seeing that they needed to spread their belief, it became an invasion tactic as countries were invaded and fed the doctrines of the conqueror's religion. Emperor Constantine believed that one religion would massively help him unify the world under his command. Religion became a powerful tool, and through its welders, it spread across the world like wind. Christianity and Islam particularly dominate the world, with an estimate of 3.5 billion people. The emergence of science and technology gave impetus to the rapid growth of humans and the spread of capitalism. The emergence of the scientific revolution started in Europe around 500 years ago. Over the past 5 centuries, humans have developed beyond the expected speed and predictions. This rapid growth can be attached to the growth of science and technology. Science is a field of study that asks questions and looks for answers. Unlike religion, science believes that humans are novices who should all be open to learning more. While religion believes that it contains the answers to everything about life, science takes the empirical approach of doing research to find solutions. Science relies on data, facts, statistics, and mathematics. Research and the obsession with finding answers to questions are what makes science exciting and captivating. While religion and culture look for the most natural way out, scientists believe that no theory is absolutely accurate and that there's always room for more discoveries and improvements. Thanks to the growth of science, humans can now avoid death instead of trying to weave meaning around it. Causes of deaths are being focused on, and rather than accepting a loss, humans are looking for ways to gain. Through various scientific research, technological advancements, and the development of sociology, humans have found ways to live smarter and better. Science cannot stand alone without help from other fields like politics, economics and religion. As powerful as science is, it cannot exist outside the throes of economics, politics, and religion. As is with anything, the excesses of science are checked by the government, who are keen to determine what people research, why they should study, and when they should. Economics, as well as science, played a significant role in the development of humankind. The adventures of the Europeans to Africa were mainly because of economics and commerce. For the larger part of human history, production remained the same until the launch of capitalism, which made it grow. In 1500, the global production of food was about $250 million. Today, it stands above $600 trillion. Modern capitalism then gave rise to the growth of humankind through the creation of money and credit. The use of credits happened because people started trusting in the future, believing that the world is moving toward a path where things would be more comfortable than the present. To keep the wheel of capitalism rolling, science must foot the bill. Science is responsible for the sustenance of capitalism, which in turn sustains humans. The reproduction and new production of goods and items must at least meet a larger part of the demands of the people, and that's why science is essential. Through science, faster ways and approaches to produce and reproduce are created. Capitalism relies on economic growth because economic development is essential to the survival of humankind. Being happy works better when it's influenced by what's in you than what goes on outside you. Buddhism shares the same concept of happiness with science, as it believes that whatever you do, you're just trying to discover a pleasant feeling. Buddhism strongly believes that when you understand the fact that feelings are just feelings, you wouldn't need to chase validation about your feelings again. If you want to understand the world, you must first understand yourself fully. The development of humankind is starting to reach the point where humans are on the verge of conquering the world and even tweaking natural order. Despite these advancements, humans are still not satisfied with how far they have come. They are not sure what they want yet, and for the foreseeable future, it's likely to remain so. Conclusion. Humans are insatiable species who always want more regardless of how much they have already. The evolution of humankind is a testament to this, but as bad as it may sound, it is also leading toward a unifying cause. The development of the world and its people is now being controlled by man, which means man will soon become the primary owners and controllers of the world. Through history, science, and agriculture, it has been established how humans evolved, and why you should understand why people do what they do. Study the reasons why people take credits, and you'll see that it's mostly for things they believe they'll need, not the ones they currently need. Take your time to outline your plans, and compare your income to your spending. Make a list of the things that require you to take credits. Tick what is important on the list and save towards it instead. Avoid living from paycheck to paycheck, and start saving from your income.